Hi, Phil from Got Memories here. If you have old movie film reels from the last 100 years and you want to get a quote, the best way is to get your reels out, and if there are any lids, metal lids and everything, take them off so I can see the condition and also how much film is on there, because I'm only charging by what's on the reel. If you've got them in these, just don't bother. It's all good. If any of them are empty or untransferables, no charge. But getting your smartphone out and taking an overhead picture and snapping it and then emailing it over or texting, and the email and text number is in the description below. And then I do want to see the condition of the film, and that's one of the many things that separates me from everywhere else out there, is I have a YouTube channel. You see how it's done, where it's done, and I'm also educating you on the process and everything. So, and I also like to know the condition of the media, because most people have left their precious movies in garages, attics, in humid conditions. And on the receiving end, I don't like to give you bad news. I like to kind of just tell you up front what you've got, what can be done, and good, bad, and ugly. I've been doing this too long to be cherry coating, whatever the words are, tiptoeing around and trying to sell you, as opposed to, hey, this is what you got. It can be done or it can't be done, because all of these cheap online box companies, everybody's sending all their stuff off to, paying money and getting nothing back in return, with stickers all over them telling you your media is too far gone to even be transferred. That is an epidemic right now with all of these cheap online companies. How I differ, personal customer service. I do your work, and Samantha as well. Been doing this for well over 20 years. So getting the information as much upfront helps me figure out what you have. Now, most of the time, everything, works well. And this is what you get back in return, is everything on a USB drive, and also a download link if you would like that instead or in addition to. Now, major thing that I do that no company does is keep all your original films in their original cases on the original reels. You number them. If there's any sequence to them or any little notes, you just write on it with a Sharpie marker. If you're not sure, we'll do our best to put it in some sort of chronological order. And then what you get back is an index like this. So if there's any information on it, it's put into the file name. Now, that might seem like, of course, that's what you were expecting. No. Every company out there will take all of your reels and splice them onto larger reels. So if you've got a system in place with numbers, you get one file back with the entire collection, which is a nightmare. People don't realize this. I do not do that because it's the right thing to do. The reason why companies splice them all together is one reason: to make their job easier, so they can hire $12 an hour idiots to just press a button and walk away. And that is not what this is all about. You have to be monitoring this, eyeballs on this stuff, like second by second, adjusting for things. It can go to hell in a handbasket very quickly. This stuff is brittle. Look at this stuff here. I mean, it's in real bad shape. This can't even be transferred. It is 100 years old and it just breaks off. This is too far gone as well. It's just like a dried leaf, and it just falls to pieces. So if you've got stuff like that, not a lot can be done. Now, if you've got nice colored sheen to them, like here, you can unravel it and it doesn't break off in your hand, or it doesn't smell like vinegar. This right now, if this was live and you could smell, it smells horrible. I'm gonna have to spray some air freshener in here because it just smells like pure vinegar. But if you would like, let's have a look here, and the quality that can come off of this stuff is, it all depends on how well it was shot. Now, I'm not going to promise you the moon here, but all of these work. Let's see what ones. This one here, and you can go that quickly through the entire reel. Now, this looks like a Christmas. And this is from the 1966. All of this can be edited, joined together, renamed, reshuffled around. And let's have a look here. This was all, and if there's nothing written on the reels, they'll all just be numbered. So you number them and then you'll get a file for each reel. You get all your movie films back as well. If there is mold on it, yes, it's going to need to be cleaned. But this is the best way to get over what you have communicated to me so I can see the condition and also the quantity of what you have and get a quote back over to you. Now, quotes. If you're comparing me to all of these online box companies that are just throwing out prices and giving people trash back in return, whether you go through me or any other company, smaller is better. Corporations, forget about it. You need to see high Google scores, no matter whether you choose me or any other company. High 5.0 with hundreds of reviews. It's a lot more than that now. And also where all the work is done. I've got all the film transfer equipment over there. It's all in darkness right now, but this is where it's all done. Myself and Samantha, we work in here and we do top-notch work. This is not a cheap endeavor. Yes, well, you will not have to remortgage your house, but if you've got a ton of stuff, yes, it could get into the thousands of dollars here. So do not be thinking that this is going to be cheap. There is a price to pay for all of this old deteriorating media to be transferred correctly by pros and not people that were fired at Starbucks last week and now all of a sudden they're got their AirPods in and they're on TikTok and flicking away while your stuff is going to hell in a handbasket. They're just like, I quit and walk out. And that is a major problem in this industry. So they'd rather put a sticker on it and go, can't transfer it, than rather try. And that is a big thing with Costco as well, the company they use. I've retransferred so much stuff that's perfectly fine that they told people to throw away. So, and they've cut their money. Anyway, so that's me, Philip Got Memories. You can email. The email and text below is for sending the pictures over. Hopefully this is kind of giving you an idea on what you get back, where it's done, how it's done. Well, there are videos on how it's done, but just sets the standard of YouTube videos where you can see complete transparency of where the only copy of your precious, priceless home movies would end up potentially if you would like me to do them. All right, all the best to you. Cheers. Oh, and if you have videotapes, I do have another video on that. Link is in the description. Same kind of process, but I'll go over it again.